Hey, hi, hello, my name is dis.cat. This is Project Hardcover, where we're letting books be the escape. Hi everyone! So let me give you some background information on this new angle. So basically, I shoot all of my videos on my MacBook Pro. But us Mac users have recently been gifted a new software update, and with this new software update, our built-in cameras and iMovie don't really get along. So until they fix this problem, my camera on my laptop is useless. So now I am stuck shooting videos on my mom's iPad mini, which is super freaking weird because all I want to do is like stare at, the actual iPad, but when I do that, it looks like I'm talking off to the right. So I have to stare at the little dot like on the iPad. It's so weird. People who shoot on iPads, I have super reverence for you now. So if you catch me looking like off to the right, it's because I'm not used to this setup. So please bear with me. I just really wanted to get videos out to you guys because, in case you haven't realized, I haven't done videos since like my November wrap up. But all of that aside, let's get to the point of this video, which is my top 14 books of 2014. I have 14 books that just blew me away this year. I read so many amazing books. I read 74 books this year. That is just insane. I can't believe I read that much. This was my first year as a part of BookTube, and it's just been so amazing. I've met really great people, I've read amazing books, and it's just been super awesome. So now I want to share the books that I loved the most this year with you guys. Now keep in mind, not all of these books were released in 2014, they're just books that I read in 2014. Now that all of that gobbledygook is out of the way, let's get started. Also, please excuse the glare on my glasses. Oh my goodness, this whole thing is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna be editing this and it's just, I'm so sorry. But anywho, clocking in at number 14 is Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. It was just so great, amazing, just, oh yes, I have just fallen in love with A.S. King, and it all began right here, just super book. Clocking in at number 13, we have another contemporary, and this one is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. In a well-ordered universe, all contemporaries would be set up this way. This was amazing. Just one of the best contemporaries I have read just ever. I loved this book. It was freaking just, yes, this is what all contemporary needs to strive to be. Clocking in at number 12, we have The Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, which consists of Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. Oh man, I was not expecting to love this as much as I did. Just, I love these books. I love these characters. I'm so glad that I decided to give these a chance. They were absolutely fantastic, and I really do recommend these books for anybody, even if you didn't really like The Mortal Instruments. I didn't either, really. So just pick these up. These are so much better. They're so good. Just, yes, everyone needs to read these. These are just, they're so good. Clocking in at number 12, we have The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Oh man, I loved this book, which is saying a lot coming from me, considering how I really don't like sci-fi all that much. I love this book. I love this series, and just, yes, and just, yes. I can't think of any other words to say other than yes, I loved this book. Clocking in at number 10 is a book that, OMG, I just want to shout about from the mountaintops because, like, no one I know has read it, and it's such a travesty, and that book is Maggot Moon by Sally Gardner. That's right, like, no one except for, like, me and my friend Yash have read this book, and that is just so sad because it is so amazing. It's such a good book. I cannot recommend this to anybody enough. Just, if you have not read this book, people, please go out and buy it and read it. It is so freaking amazing just, yes, people, you need this in your life. Clocking in at number 9, we have yet again another book that I just want to shake people until they read it. Just not enough people at all have read this. Not enough people are talking about it, and that book is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. This book is one of the most beautiful books I have ever read in my entire life. It's just so lyrical and beautiful, and the way the story is told is so unique and fascinating. Yes, everyone, please, if you have not read this book, please hurry up, go out, go get it, read it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just more people need to recognize the gloriousness that is this book. I loved it so, so much. At number 8, we have The Diviners by Libba Bray. This book was so much fun. It was just so beautifully written, of course, because it's Libba Bray. The characters were so much fun, so diverse, so quirky, and hilarious, and snarky, and vibrant, and the story was really fast-paced, and interesting, and incredibly creepy at points. It was just so great, so great. Definitely my favorite Halloween read of this year. This book was just phenomenal, and I cannot wait until the sequel comes out. At number 7, we have a book from one of my all-time favorite authors. We have More Than This by Patrick Ness. This book is incredibly surprising and incredibly shocking with how interesting the story is, how gripping the story is, how heartbreaking the story is. Just everything about this will surprise the hell out of you. And it's just so beautifully done, and it's just so amazing. I wish I had even an iota of the writing ability that Patrick Ness has. It's just, he's so fantastic, and this book is amazing. It's not talked about enough. Just, I loved this book. I love this man. This man can do no wrong. And at number 6, we have yet another Patrick Ness book. We have Monsters of Men, which is the 3rd and final book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. This is the 2nd book that I picked up in 2014, and let me tell you, I am still 12 full months later reeling about this book. This was the epic conclusion that we needed and we wanted so, so much, and while I do have a slight sort of issue with it, it didn't end quite the way that I wanted it to. It was still beyond phenomenal. Just, these books are so fantastic. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite series ever. Patrick Ness, again, is one of my all-time favorite authors ever. He can do no wrong. If you have not picked up these books yet, please, please do yourself a favor and read them, because they are just so flipping amazing. They're just so good, so good. At number 5, we have another contemporary. 2014 was definitely a really good year for contemporary for me. Anywho, at number 5, we have Winger by Andrew Smith. This book, people, this book. This is my 3rd favorite contemporary book of all time. This book is fantastic. This book is funny. This book is fun. This book has depth to it. It has realistic problems with realistic characters dealing with those problems realistically, and it also has hidden heartbreak and heart-wrenching sadness in it, and it's just so fabulous and amazing, and just, oh, this book completely took me by surprise. I loved this book so much. 3rd favorite contemporary book of all time. All time. Clocking in at number 4, we have Divergent by Veronica Roth. Now, I know what you're thinking. dis.cat, don't you mean the Divergent series? You read, like, the entire Divergent series this year. To which I say, no, and just wait, I'll get there. But until I do, just this book was filled with action and suspense, and there was adorable romance in it that wasn't disgustingly awful. The characters were so great, and they dealt with all of this realistic stuff going on in this really just fantastic dystopian setting, and it was just so good. It was just, I loved this book. I did. I loved this book. Just wait and I will explain all of the other stuff. Just know that I loved this book. And clocking in at number 3, we have my second favorite contemporary book of all time. Can you guys guess what it is? That's right, it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Oh my god. This book was amazing. This book captured more of what it means to be a nerdy, college-aged girl than I could ever possibly begin to explain. Rainbow Rowell just, she is a gift to humankind, and just, I loved this book. Like, I can't accurately word about how much I love this book. It was fantastic. Second favorite contemporary book of all time. In case you guys are wondering what my first favorite contemporary book of all time is, it's I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak, which I read last year, otherwise y'all know it would be up here. And then now, we have the top 2 of 2014. And let me just tell you, for the past month or so, these 2 series, yes, their series, have been in a brutal war with each other. They are currently at a battle to the death war over who is going to come out on top as my favorite series of all time. And I spent a really long time trying to decide which one of these series was going to take the number 1 spot of the year, and I basically narrowed it down to 2 reasons. The first reason is, the series at number 2 is A, not complete, and 2, I only just started reading it about a month and a half ago. Therefore, I haven't discussed it as much as the number 1 series, so I think that it should be at number 2, even though I feel like right now I am far more obsessed with it than the number 1 series. But enough suspense, the number 2 spot of my top 14 of 2014 goes to The Raven Cycle Quartet by Maggie Stiefvater, which consists of The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, and Blue Lily, Lily Blue. That's right, I am unhealthily obsessed with this series now. Like, people, I am following, like, at least 5 separate tags for this series on Tumblr. These books have some of the most beautiful writing I have ever read in them. It's beautiful and vivid and so lyrical and amazing, and it's just, oh, it's so fantastic. And the characters are so phenomenal. They are so layered and complex and unique and different, and they just, I am in love with these characters. It's just, I am in love with these books. And then finally, the top spot of my top 14 of 2014 goes to, shocker, shocker, The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor, which consists of The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters, which, yeah, it's still just the dust jackets because my friend has still not returned the book. These books are so amazing. The story is so fantastic, rich and complex. The characters were so amazing, so strong and vibrant and so unique, and just, this series is so good. But as I said, the Raven Cycle Quartet is in a brutal war with this series for being my favorite, so I'm pretty sure that unless Maggie Stiefvater completely allegiance the last book in that series, the Raven Cycle Quartet is going to take over this series. So that's it. Those were my top 14 of 2014. And now, for clarification, let's get to my least favorite book of 2014. And if you guys have been paying any kind of attention, I'm sure you guys know what it is. Oh, are any of you surprised? You really shouldn't be. That's right. Allegiance by Veronica Roth, the third and final book in the Divergent trilogy. Yes, people, this is the reason why I could not say that the Divergent trilogy was one of my favorite book series this year. It's because of this. This book is the reason why when people ask me, hey, dis.cat, should I read the Divergent trilogy? I have to, stop and think about it, which is infuriating. Because as you guys saw, Divergent was one of my top 5 favorite books of the year. It was so freaking good. So of course when people ask me, dis.cat, should I read the Divergent trilogy? I want to say yes, please read it. But then I remember this is what's waiting for them. And I can't in all good consciousness say, yes, read the Divergent trilogy. It's so great. When this is an installment. Just so much disappointment. I can't even begin to tell you. So there you go, everybody. Those were my books of 2014. I had a fantastic year with all of these books and also with all of you guys. I cannot wait for this new year, for all of the new books and interacting with you guys more. I'm just super, super excited. As always, thanks you guys for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I hope you guys had a great new year. I hope you guys are super excited about this new upcoming year. And remember, books are the escape.